In the early 1960s, amidst a backdrop of social upheaval and questioning of authority, psychologist Stanley Milgram embarked on a journey into the heart of human obedience. At its core, the Milgram Experiment aimed to probe the depths of human behavior under the influence of authority. How far would ordinary individuals go to obey commands, even if it meant inflicting harm on others? The stage was set, the players assembled, but what unfolded would shock the world and challenge our understanding of morality. As participants were ushered into a nondescript laboratory, they had no inkling of the moral quagmire that awaited them. Strapped into the roles of teacher and learner, they embarked on a journey that would test the very fabric of their humanity. But as the experiment unfolded, a chilling transformation took hold. The boundaries between right and wrong blurred as the power of authority cast its shadow over the proceedings. What drove these seemingly ordinary individuals to commit acts of cruelty, and what secrets lay hidden beneath the surface of their compliance? Delve into the story that brings deception, moral conflict, and the chilling nature of human psyche. This is the story of the Milgram Experiment. The world was still reeling from the horrors of World War II. It was 1961, and in the hallowed halls of Yale University, psychologist Stanley Milgram was about to unleash a psychological Pandora's box. Inspired by the atrocities committed by the Nazis during the Holocaust, Milgram sets out to explore the depths of human obedience to authority. His experiment was deceptively simple, yet devilishly clever. Participants are recruited under the guise of a study on memory and learning. They're paired with another participant, who, unbeknownst to them, is actually an actor in cahoots with the researchers. Little do these unsuspecting volunteers know, they're about to be thrust into a moral crucible unlike anything they've ever experienced. The setup is as follows. The participant is designated as the teacher, while the actor assumes the role of the learner. The teacher is instructed to administer electric shocks to the learner whenever they answer a question incorrectly. With each wrong answer, the voltage increases, and so does the intensity of the learner's screams of agony. But here's the kicker. The shocks aren't real, but the actor's convincing performance certainly is. Picture this. Participants, unsuspecting individuals drawn from the fabric of society, find themselves ensnared in the web of a psychological labyrinth at Yale University. In the face of such palpable suffering, a disturbing phenomenon emerges. A significant number of participants continue to deliver shocks, their moral compasses overridden by blind obedience to authority. They become mere instruments of compliance, relinquishing their empathy at the behest of the experimenter. But what parallels can we draw from this chilling display of human behavior? Enter the Spectre of the Holocaust, a dark chapter in history stained by the blood of millions. The perpetrators of genocide, the architects of atrocity, were not born monsters. They were ordinary individuals swept up in the currents of conformity and obedience. They were our neighbors, our colleagues, our fellow citizens. They were ordinary individuals like you and me, swept up in the currents of conformity and obedience, their humanity eroded by the insidious forces of hatred and propaganda. As we gaze into the abyss of human history, we cannot help but be haunted by the specter of the Holocaust. It stands as a grim testament to the depths of human depravity, a stark reminder of the horrors that can be unleashed when blind obedience and unchecked power converge. It was a toxic brew of fear, prejudice, and unchecked authority that fueled the fires of genocide. From the ashes of war and economic turmoil rose demagogues who preyed upon the fears and insecurities of the masses, manipulating them into committing acts of unspeakable horror. Yet, amidst the darkness of the Holocaust, there were also moments of profound courage and resistance. Brave individuals risked their lives to shelter the persecuted, to defy the orders of tyrants, and to bear witness to the atrocities unfolding around them. Their acts of defiance remind us that even in the darkest of times, the light of human decency can still shine through. But the lessons of the Holocaust extend far beyond the confines of history. They serve as a stark warning against the dangers of blind obedience and the seductive allure of authoritarianism. They remind us that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and that we must never become complacent in the face of injustice. After the dust settled on the Milgram experiment and the shockwaves of its findings reverberated through the scientific community, Stanley Milgram's work continued to spark debate and inspire further research into the complexities of human behavior. One significant development following the experiment was the emergence of ethical considerations in psychological research. Milgram's study raised serious questions about the potential harm inflicted on participants, both psychologically and emotionally. This prompted psychologists to reassess their research methodologies and prioritize the well-being of participants above all else. Furthermore, Milgram's findings spurred a wave of follow-up studies, seeking to replicate and expand upon his results. Researchers explored variations of the original experiment, testing different factors such as the proximity of the authority figure, the presence of dissenting voices, and the gender of the participants. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the Milgram experiment lies in its profound impact on our understanding of human nature. It forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about the capacity for cruelty that resides within us all, and challenged us to grapple with the moral complexities of obedience and conformity. In the end, the Milgram experiment stands as a powerful testament to the power of scientific inquiry to illuminate the darkest recesses of the human psyche. It serves as a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is not without its risks, but it is through confronting our darkest impulses that we can strive towards a more enlightened understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
If you would like more content like this from us, consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to be the first one to watch our videos when it gets uploaded. Until then, Team Evidence Expos say goodbye.